All right, it's Thursday night at 6:58 p.m. and we are starting our stream a little bit early. My name is Justin Elbert. I work in the communications office here in Klein ISD, and I have Kathleen Plott with me tonight. And just for right now, we're just getting started. We're welcoming you in. Kathleen and I are watching the comments on Facebook. There's 3 people in here already watching us. We have this also streaming. If you're not a Facebook person, we have this streaming on YouTube as well as the front page of KleinISD.net. So once again, all 20 of you that are here, welcome to our PSAT, the Power Up for the PSAT live stream. This is it's a great event. You can do it from your house, from your car, the dance recital, wherever you are. As long as your kids don't know you're not watching them on stage, you can have fun with us for PSAT Live. Um, we're going to start here in a minute. This is great. So if you got kids that are in those grades, Kathleen, grades 9, 10, 11, right?
That is correct. 9, 10,
Okay.
11. Yes.
If they're in the room, if they're not in the room, pull them in. This is going to be great content for them as well as our parents. So thank you all for joining us. This is recorded, like all of our streams. So if you don't get to watch the whole thing, or if you just want to like it now and come back, you can. But the best part is we have Kathleen with us, who is an expert, and she is going to be answering questions live. So if you want to start dropping comments in the comment box down there below on Facebook or YouTube, you can drop comments in here and we'll be answering them live on air. So we'll get started here in a minute. It is just 7 p.m. right now, and we have almost 100 people in here, Kathleen.
Awesome. The more the merrier, the more information that we can get out about this amazing scholarship opportunity, the better. Can't wait to get started, Justin.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get going because like I said, this is recorded. So we'll honor your time. It is 7 p.m. So if you'll do me a favor, anybody, and in the comments down below on Facebook, if you'll tag some people right now while we get started and I talk about the amazing Kathleen Plott, if y'all could tag some people that you know would benefit from this and are not here. So let me introduce Kathleen real quick. All right, and I see real fast, Albert and Tracy. I see your comments coming in. We have people over here in the room with us tonight
Excellent.
who are taking comments down, and we'll be answering those. So, Kathleen Plott here has been recognized by the National Association of Gifted Children as a recipient of the Gifted Coordinator Administrator Award. And this Facebook Live that we did in 2019 was featured by U.S. News and World Report, and it's been featured by them for the 2 years because of the great information in this session. So not only do the people in Klein ISD get to benefit from the amazing wealth of knowledge that is Kathleen Plott, but also people nationwide get to watch this. So this is going to be syndicated nationally, Kathleen.
Oh, excellent. Let's go. Let's
Well,
go.
it is my great honor to introduce Kathleen Plott, the
Thank
Director for
you.
Advanced Academics. You are welcome.
Uh,
Honors well deserved. So
Thank you.
we have, and I should have gone to this next slide, and there's Kathleen's amazing picture.
And here she
and
is live, everyone.
and here she is live. So I am now going to retreat into the distant darkness and watch your
Thank you,
comments.
Justin.
And Kathleen, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I am Kathleen Plott. I am so glad to be here with all of you tonight. Please keep putting comments and questions in the comments section so that we can answer any questions that you have, and so that we can enjoy our discussion about powering up for the PSAT. This is an amazing scholarship opportunity for our students, beginning with practice in the 9th and 10th grade, and then the actual scholarship competition begins in the 11th grade. But there, we'll get into all of those details as we move forward. But as you know, in Klein ISC, every student enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. And we achieve our shared vision by focusing on pathways. And tonight we're certainly going to talk about a college exam readiness pathway challenge. Certainly, this will be a challenging exam for many of our learners, but if we start early and we practice and we understand what the exam is all about, will raise up to that and level up to that challenge. Equity, it really is for all students. The College Board has presented so much information and provided so much information about all of our students becoming college ready and having an opportunity for success and also scholarship to help pay for the expenses of college. Certainly leadership, and then also continuous improvement. And that's certainly speaking so very much of the district we love. Again, I'm Kathleen Plott. I joyfully and with great privilege serve as the director of advanced academics, gifted and talented in advanced coursework here. So speaking of advanced coursework, what do students need to know for post high school success? Notice it's post high school success, not just college readiness, but what if my child is going into career? What will they need to have? So, success in college and workforce training. Well, they'll need to comprehend, understand challenging literary and informational texts. That's typical storybooks, typical fiction, but also informational texts. Texts from something like Scientific American or Psychology Today, in which we're talking about the sciences or the humanities or other information along those lines. Certainly, if any of us out there have read our health insurance benefits, that's certainly a challenging informational text. So, again, that's a skill that we'll need to hone and be very strong in as we move forward for after high school. We'll have to revise and edit extended text. How many out there have had to send an email or a communication piece or talk with a vendor or talk with health insurance or your doctor's office? Or now we know that so much information is exchanged digitally. While revising and editing extended text is also very important and a skill that is needed post high school. Show command of math, especially algebra and data analysis, really being able to interpret graphs, showing how do we determine the significant increase from one year to the next. All of our jobs and even the jobs that haven't been invented yet for or thought about for our students who are currently in our intermediate and high school levels, we will have to communicate globally. And so being able to work through data analysis and having a command of math is going to be very important. Use evidence in reading and writing and provide justification and perspective and rationale for your point of view. Analyzing data. Certainly, that's going to be very, very important as we move forward and use and understand words in context. No longer do we have a list of words that we've memorized and flashcards with significant 100 words you need to know for the SAT. It's about identifying words in context, what those words mean within the context of the passage or within the passage or the article. All right, certainly moving forward. Um, so, that being said, we have a pathway, a kind of a pathway, as we're famous for pathways here in Klein ISD, called the SAT Suite of Assessments. How do I prepare my student who has just entered high school or who is about to enter high school for these college entrance exams? Well, we start with the PSAT, which is the preliminary SAT. And we start with an instrument called the 8-9, and that is our readiness benchmark or baseline. Where am I in terms of being prepared for college or for career? Both of those entities are addressed within the test and the exam and the prep. So 8-9 is where we start. Then we move to the PSAT 10, which occurs in the 10th grade, and then the PSAT and MSQT, which is the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, which students take in their junior year. That's the check in from our readiness bench line and baseline and benchmark, and lets us know how are we improving in our skill, where are we going with our skills, those 6 skills that I listed earlier. Where am I in data analysis? Where am I in understanding algebra and reading complex texts? Okay, and then moving forward to the full SAT, the full college entrance exam, which is accepted at 99% of the colleges and universities around the world. So it's a really great pathway to help our students prepare for the challenge of their future post high school. In Klein ISD, we proudly offer and we gratefully acknowledge the support of all of our leadership teams for our students in all 5 high schools at grades 9, 10, and 11. And we provide the opportunity for students free of charge. There is no charge for the PSAT 9, the PSAT 10, and the PSAT NMSQT. We offer that during the school day on October 13th. This year will be October 13th. That is a Wednesday, and we are super excited to offer that to all of our students so that they have a great benchmark and baseline of where they are in terms of college readiness. So, again, that is available to all our 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students October 13th, 2021. All right. So, what does the test look like? What's inside the test? What is the format of this suite of assessments? Well, there is an evidence based reading and writing section. Within that section is a reading test. It will have multiple passages, paired passages. In addition to the reading test, there will also be a writing and language test in which students will have to read through passages and identify whether the passages have grammatical errors or structure errors within them. The second section of the SAT suite of assessments is the math section. There are 2 portions to the math test. There is a no calculator portion, in which the students demonstrate their mathematical number sense skills with some reasoning involved with that particular portion of the test. And then we have a calculator portion of the test in which the students solve real world math problems. There may be a math problem set up with several different skills within that particular portion of the test, and the students will have to work quickly through the math, and that's why a calculator is permitted on that section of the test. Notice that the SAT only optional SAT essay is crossed out. Beginning this year, the SAT has discontinued offering the SAT essay. It has been completely eliminated from the test. It is no longer available. And many of our folks out there might be wondering, why did they take the SAT essay away? Well, it is because the application for college, whether it is nationally with the Common App or whether it is within Texas, which is Apply Texas, both of those application processes require students to complete an essay with essay type questions. And so the College Board recognized that through that application process that the optional SAT essay was no longer needed. All right. So this is probably the most significant piece of the SAT suite of assessments. The SAT is timed. There are timed portions in both the evidence-based reading and writing test as well as the math test. And so that is a game changer for many of our students. The state standardized tests and other standardized tests the students take in Klein ISD are not timed by section, and the SAT is. You might be wondering, why is it timed? Well, it's allowing the student to demonstrate their ability and their efficiency in reading, writing, and math, and their ability to answer questions in a very flexible yet fluid and quick manner. Because that, if we understand and know what college is about, and certainly career is about, is being able to respond very quickly to information that is presented to us in a quick and an efficient manner. So when we look at the PSAT 8-9 and we look at the reading test, there are a total of 42 questions which the students must answer in 55 minutes. All right. And so that becomes very challenging for a student. They'll have to read quickly and still comprehend what they are reading in order to answer those questions. When we look at the PSAT and MSQT, there are 47 questions. Notice that there are 5 additional questions between the PSAT 8-9 and the PSAT 10 and the NMSQT. They have 60 minutes to answer those questions. Then again, we're looking at the full SAT, which is approximately 3 hours, and there are 52 questions on the full SAT in 65 minutes. And so, again, looking at the writing and language test, there are 44 questions in 35 minutes, starting with the SAT. Again, for the PSAT and MSQT and the PSAT 10, there are 44 questions in 35 minutes. That is a rapid amount of time to identify whether there is an error in grammar, mechanics, spelling, sentence structure. So again, the student will have to be very proficient in answering those questions. So again, the emphasis is to prepare for the test, whether it's the PSAT 9, the PSAT NMSQT, PSAT 10, or the SAT. I know, being a mom and having a teenager at home at one time, there were many times during his junior year that he was challenged and then into a senior year to take the SAT. And sometimes we woke up and maybe not have practiced enough. But I can assure you that if you do work hard and practice. And that's why we're presenting this information now in August, even though the test is in October. Practice is going to make things much easier for you when you challenge yourself with this type of college entrance exam. All right, moving forward. Some key features, again, I mentioned it earlier, words in context. There is no dictionary usage on the PSAT, NMSQT, or the SAT. The students will have to identify the word in the context. Sometimes there'll be multiple meaning words, such as the word solution. Solution means one thing in science, but then again, it may mean something completely different in the mathematical arena. And so the passage may use the word solution, and the student would have to identify what that word means. Command of evidence. How do you know that that was the author's intent with answer choice C? And then again, just to let you know, there'll be some great practice items and some great supports that I'll talk about in a little bit. Math that matters most. Again, that is the heart of problem solving and advanced math, which will be very necessary as we continue to learn and work globally. Problems grounded in real world context. As I said earlier, there may be a math problem that addresses several different mathematical skills on that calculator portion of the test, and the students will have to be very adept in understanding and figure out how to solve that real world problem. I remember reading one just recently about an insurance adjuster and the percentage of insurance if they went with a certain plan, and that's just a very quick example. Analysis in science and analysis in history and social studies. Um, there, there will be what we call informational texts and nonfiction that it crosses all disciplinary areas, all content areas, and the students will have to have knowledge of that content area to be successful on that portion of the exam. And by the way, scores do come back for students in science and also social studies. So the content that they learn in high school is directly applicable to this particular test and exam. The U.S. founding documents in the Great Global Conversation, there may be within a reading passage an excerpt from the Constitution, from the Declaration of Independence, the Federalist Papers. And so the students will have to apply their knowledge of history and their knowledge of the words that were utilized at the founding and that the writing of those documents. Um, a very important feature is that it is a rights only scoring test. So every answer that a student answers correctly, they will earn 1 point. There is no penalty for incorrect answers. So again, if the student answers the question correctly, they earn a point. But if they answer incorrectly, nothing happens. There's no penalty for it. And so when as my time as a college readiness specialist at Klein Forest High School, I always got the question, well, can we guess? And my answer is yes, you can guess. As you're moving towards the end of time for that particular section, you can go ahead and guess because you might get the answer correct. And then I would always get the question, well, what if we don't answer anything at all? Well, then you won't get a score. So again, it is rights only scoring, 1 point for each correct answer. All right, so evidence based reading and writing. I often get this question from our parents out there. What is the level, Kathleen, of some of those reading tests? Now, remember, we're assessing whether a student is ready for college or whether they are ready for career. And so we look at the complexity of the text of what they might face as they exit high school. And it, at the for the SAT, the full college entrance exam. It ranges from ninth grade through first year post high school. The PSAT, NMSQT, and the PSAT 10 range from ninth to 10th grade. And then the PSAT 8, 9 ranges from 6th to 10th grade. And we can see easily how very important it is for for our students to challenge advanced courses beginning at the 6th grade level and working all the way through high school, consistently challenging themselves. Remember, that's one of our tenets of how we are going to achieve our shared vision, which is challenge. Okay. And so challenging yourself with Klein prep courses, with advanced courses in business, with advanced courses in some of our CTE coursework. That is going to help you prepare and also prepare you in terms of skill in what we call wide reading, reading across many different types of genre, not only fiction, but also nonfiction and technical reading and writing. And that is going to help you tremendously with preparing for an exam such as this. All right. So,
Okay.
Justin, do we have some questions out there?
Yes, ma'am, we do. We are
All
20
right.
minutes into our stream. We have about 200 people with us right now, and they've been coming in and
Excellent.
out, and it's
Excellent.
been great. So we have one question here, the first one that came in from Tracy, and there she is.
All
And
right,
the question is
Tracy.
right there. Okay, what about seniors?
Yes, seniors, most definitely. Our seniors should be registering and taking the SAT. Even as we speak, there are several test dates throughout the fall, and they should be registering and getting ready for that SAT. And the tools and the information that I will share in just a few minutes about how to prepare for the SAT definitely applies to our seniors, Tracy. It is the Khan Academy. I encourage you to get on there right now. We also have a phenomenal student leadership group called the SAT Opportunity Ambassadors. They are on each of our high school campuses and they help to prepare our students, their peers, for the SAT. So just look for marketing through Klein ISD web channels and media about the SAT ambassadors. You know, last year during our time with COVID, the SAT ambassadors stepped up to the plate and created their own digital platform to help their peers prepare for the SAT. And in a few minutes, you'll see the results of some of that work with some of our students that have gone on and graduated to four-year universities. Excellent. Thank you, Justin. Any other questions?
Oh, I got a few more. They're coming in.
All right,
So
excellent.
Albert here wants to know, what about eighth graders? Is the PSAT administered to them as well?
Eighth graders do have the option to take the PSAT eighth grade. We do not offer it in Klein ISD system wide as we do for ninth, 10th, and 11th graders. The College Board site, PSAT 89, will direct you to how you might register for that. There are some digital options for eighth graders in the spring, and I encourage you to visit collegeboard.org PSAT, and that will help you determine whether your eighth grader is ready to take that exam.
Awesome. We got a couple more here. Troy, great picture. Look at that.
Yeah, hey,
So
Troy.
Troy's very young, but he's getting ready early.
Yeah, how about
This
that?
may this may be
Yes,
Troy's dad. But
yes.
will they get more time if they have 504 accommodations?
Absolutely. The PSAT and the SAT does take into consideration the accommodations. Accommodations are part of the whole suite of assessment. The campus testing coordinator reports accommodations for our students who have them currently in place in their instructional plan and in their instructional year as the students get ready to take the exam. So, yes, the College Board does allow accommodations for our students who have them currently in their instructional plan. So, great question.
Great. I have one more. It came in from a different provider here. What about a ninth grader? If they take the test and it doesn't go well, what is it going to do to them, to their future college plans?
Oh my gosh, what an amazing question. Remember, the ninth grade test is a check in. It lets me know as a student where I am. And you'll see in just a few minutes when I talk about the score reporting. Every student who takes the PSAT or the full SAT receives a student score report. On that score report, is color coded for each and every skill that's associated with a question. Those skills will be colored green. Green means I'm good to go. I have that skill down and I don't need to practice that skill. Yellow means, ooh, a little bit of a warning. You have some of those questions correct, but there are some areas that you need to improve. So we're going to slow it down a little bit and we're going to work with you with a personalized plan through the Khan Academy to improve that skill. And then there's red. And red means, whoa, we need to work on this. And so there'll be many opportunities through that personalized plan through Khan Academy for you to improve that skill. Excellent. And so in ninth grade, none of those
Great.
scores are reported to colleges. Ninth
Okay.
and 10th,
Great.
and also 11th grade. None of those are reported to colleges. And I'll repeat that again as we get through to the Khan Academy piece. Thank you,
Excellent. I just want
Justin.
to, no problem. These were great questions. These are all
Yes.
people in our comments. So keep popping comments down there, or questions into the comments. Tag
Yes.
your friends. And I did want to address Jill asked this question: is the information being recorded to share with siblings? And yes. So right now we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and also our Klein ISD website. So you can just go to YouTube and search in Klein ISD PSAT, and this will pop up, and it's going to be recorded there as well as available on Facebook indefinitely. So are you ready to keep
That's
going
right.
on, Kathleen?
Yes, and I just wanted to share this will be posted to the Advanced Academics
Thank you.
website as well, and also with our family engagement site for our parents in languages that they understand. So we're super excited about that piece as well.
Excellent. And we're going to email that out this Sunday in the Client Insider. It'll also be part of that as well. So
Awesome.
everywhere. All right. I'm taking
Thank
it
you.
back to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Here we go. All right. So again, we talked a little bit earlier about the PSAT NMSQT, and that's the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. And so, what is the National Merit Program? Well, the National Merit Program has been in existence since 1955 and has provided scholarships to learners that demonstrate high levels of achievement not only through this exam, but also through a special application process that really lets a group of folks at the National Merit Scholarship Board and entity and corporation know about that student and the student's strengths and the student's overall goals. And so, a student, as they take the PSAT in 10th grade and also in 11th grade, they will see on their score report, something that looks like this, and it will say the National Merit Scholarship Corporation, and the score selection index will be reported right here. Now, in order to be considered for the National Merit Scholarship Program, a student must take the PSAT and MSQT in their 11th grade year. That is when the competition begins. For this school year, our graduating class of 2022, we're just about to find out in September, our students in Klein ISD who have qualified as semifinalists for the National Merit Scholarship Program. We will find that out in September. These were our juniors from last year. So the test this year for our juniors, for our class of 2023, this is what is open in this school year. And when the juniors take the test, they will receive a check mark right here that lets them know that they are entitled or they have qualified to be in the running for the National Merit Scholarship Program. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and the benefits of the National Merit Scholarship Program. So, again, the timeline for students who qualify for National Merit Program recognition. In September 2021, 16,000 semifinalists. Now, across the country, there are 3.1 million students who take the exam. So in September, um, 16,000 semifinalists will be named, and that notification will be sent to high school principals. Then in February of 2022, 15,000 finalists will be notified, and notification again will be sent to high school principals. Now, keep in mind that word finalist, because what I share with you in just a couple of slides, that's a very important and significant and prestigious recognition to be named as a finalist. Um, in fact, the 16 semifinalists right here, when they are named, the application portal for the competition opens to them with a special password and code, and they go through an application process. They indicate the college, their number one choice of college. They complete an essay prompt for the committee. This is a scholarship committee, so they want to see what the students' goals, lifetime goals, or goals for college and opportunity and career are. They want to see the courses that a student has taken in high school. Have they taken challenging courses? Have they challenged themselves through their coursework up until their junior year? From that application process in February 2022, 15,000 finalists are named. And again, the high school principals receive notification from the National Merit Scholarship Program. And then in March, 7,500 merit scholarship winners are announced. And that notification is also sent to our high school principals. So that is the timeline for National Merit. What's not shown here is that in late May and early June, our high school principals also received notification of students who were commended for their performance on the PSAT and MSQT. And those students, although they were commended and they worked very, very hard, they were also honored with a certificate, but they are no longer in the competition. But that is quite an accomplishment to be commended by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. So again, this presentation, as Justin and I shared with you, this will all be available on the Klein ISD webpage and through media channels. All of this information that's underlined is linked so that you can go right to it. On the student guide, there are two different categories for potential scholarships. One is the corporate scholarship sponsors for children and families that may have a family member who works at a certain corporation, and corporate scholarship sponsors are listed on page 51. And then for a majority of our students, the college and university scholarships on the official guide are listed on page 60. And many of our students are going to be driven right to page 60 to see if their dream choice, their number one, number two, or number three choice for college is listed as a national merit um, sponsored college and university scholarship. So again, all of these links will be available on our media channels. And then are our class of 2021 finalists. Remember that word. Finalists it is a very prestigious honor. Colleges and universities have everyone, of merit scholarships available for students. I encourage you, if you and your family make the decision that your student is going to go to a 2-year or a 4-year university, I encourage you, if your dream school is Texas A&M, I encourage you to go to that admissions page and check out everything on that admissions page. There are so many merit scholarships available, not only in Texas, but around the world for our students that demonstrate high academic achievement. So here are our friends from 2021. So proud of these kiddos, so proud that our school board recognized and honored them for their national achievement in academics. And then our friend right here in the middle, Rishab Ghosh from Klein Oak High School, was a National Merit Scholarship winner from Klein ISD. Rishab currently attends Harvard University, everyone. So if that's your dream college, you can work hard now as you prepare for that PSAT NMSQT. And you might be wondering, so Kathleen, what does that National Merit Scholarship pay for? Well, it really depends on the college and university. What I've linked in here, kisd.us, and I'm sure we'll put it in the comments for you, is a listing and a chart of some of our, certainly not all of them, but some of our most popular colleges and universities here in Texas, and what they offer for students who are identified as national merit finalists. And one that I've clicked in here, the University of Houston, they have a full page for National Merit Scholars. So please check out this site. I can tell you full tuition for all 4 years is offered at the University of Houston, plus a stipend for studying abroad. Same for Texas Tech University. At Texas A&M University, a $28,000 scholarship and a study abroad scholarship is offered there. At the University of Texas at Dallas, not only do they pay full tuition for 4 years if you are a finalist in the national merit competition, um, they also provide a $4,000 stipend per year and an approximate $2,000 study abroad stipend. So lots of opportunity for our students and for our families in terms of availability for the National Merit Finalist Scholarship competition. So really check this site out, and then check out your dream school. Google, does my dream school accept national merit finalists a scholarship? Do they provide a scholarship for academic merit? So lots of great news coming out of Texas for that. Again, to get all kinds of information about the National Merit Scholarship competition, and then to also meet some of the scholars from the class of 2021 and 2022, please visit nationalmerit.org and just go on that forever learning journey and find out all about our National Merit Scholarship competition. All right, Justin, do we have some more questions out there? Oh, I lost your sound. Oh, excellent. Thank
Okay.
you.
All
There we
right.
go.
There we go. So here's a question from DM here. Maybe I missed it. Where do we find practice PSAT tests?
Excellent. There are practice PSAT tests on collegeboard.org or satpractice.org. That is where you can go to grab some practice tests. We even have a study app. It's coming up in the next segment of the presentation. So just
Oh,
hang on, DM. We're going to get right to you.
great. We have a question here. How often are the PSAT tests given?
Excellent. So the PSAT tests and the PSAT NMSQT tests are administered every October in about the second week of October yearly, annually. The SAT, the full SAT, has various registration dates and times almost every month or twice monthly for our students. In Klein ISD, for our juniors, we do have school day SAT in March, and this year for our juniors, it will be March 2nd. Again, um, the PSAT NMSQT, that's quite a mouthful. Sorry
It
about that,
is.
everybody, is offered annually the second week in October.
Awesome. All right. A couple more here. When will students find out their scores from the 11th
All
grade
right.
PSAT?
All right, amazing, Miss Orsoni. So glad that you chimed in. So glad to see you as well. They will find out their scores for their 11th PSAT in December, in early December. The College Board likes to communicate directly with students, and the students find out before we do. So the College Board directly emails them and says, "Hey, your PSAT score is ready. Check out your score report and get on Khan Academy to prepare for your SAT in March." So, especially our 11th graders. All right.
All right. Not a question, but look at this. They're very relaxed now. So good job, Kathleen. this is
Awesome.
this is from one of our students, and also real quick that yes, this is rewatchable.
All the
So
way.
don't
It,
worry, you can watch it.
yeah, it
Yes.
will be on many channels,
Mhm.
everyone. And then please do not hesitate to reach out to Advanced Academics or to myself. We'll put my email in the comments section. It's very easy. Kplot at kleinisd.net. We're happy to answer all of your questions.
All right, a couple more
Okay.
here. Just two,
Mhm.
three more, and we'll go to the next section
Okay.
here.
All right.
Um,
Great.
my son just started junior year, so it's up to this year. He will take the NMSQT. Does he need to sign up to take it versus the PSAT 10?
Oh my gosh, amazing. Thank you. That's a great question. Just to clarify, no, they do not need to sign up. It's part of our college readiness efforts in Klein ISD. It will be on October 13th during the school day. The students report to school and they take the exam, all 11th graders. Great
Awesome.
question.
And Philip, I'm trying to find your comment here, Philip, somewhere you're in there. But you ask if we're going to share the slide deck out, and the answer is yes. We are going to share the slide deck. It's going to be part of a story we put together. Oh, there it is. Look at that. There's Philip.
Yeah.
So thanks for the question,
Yep.
and we will be sharing that out. So,
All right.
are you ready to go to the next section?
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's move forward because
Okay.
a lot of
And
people have questions about this next
we do.
piece.
All
How do
right,
we
take it over.
prepare? All right. Thank you, Justin, so much. That's amazing. Here we go. Here we go, everyone. Um, Again, the questions have been coming in. When will my ninth, 10th, and 11th grader receive their scores from that October 13th PSAT? No matter what level they are, they will receive their score report in early December. Like I said before, the students fill out what we call the pre-administration. They give some information, their name, their birth date, their grade level, and then it's optional and they can include their email, and that's how the college board contacts students directly. They want them to know, hey, this is where you are in terms of preparing for college and or career. So the score reports come to the students and they come to them digitally. um, at one time, we received the score reports paper or pencil, but because we are a one-to-one school district, we do receive them digitally. School campuses, as well as our school district teaching and learning team, also receives information about the students' score reports. It contains information to help students improve their academic skills. It lists the skills that students have the best chance of improving. Remember, I talked about that yellow color and that red color. It connects to the personalized practice recommendations on Khan Academy. See, I said Klein Academy on Khan Academy. And in their score report, students also discover their AP potential. If we think back a couple of slides ago, remember I talked about that scholarship competition and that scholarship panel for NMSQT. They're also looking for students that challenge themselves with rigorous courses. So, based on your performance at the ninth, 10th and 11th grade level, you'll also get some recommendations for AP courses that you can take, advanced placement courses. And advanced placement courses, just briefly, are courses that students take to place in advance in college. They can work through the course through the entire year. They take the exam at the end of the year. And if they score on the exam a 3, 4, or 5, they can earn college credit. The amount of credit depends on the college. They will have to look up their dream college, their number 1, 2, or 3 college choice, and see what they offer for advanced placement biology, see what they offer for advanced placement calculus. That AP potential lets students know, hey, I'm the right fit for AP environmental science, or I'm the right fit for AP European history. That report is also very helpful in guiding students to advanced courses while they are in high school. So again, free, absolutely free, everyone. There is no cost to this world class SAT practice through Khan Academy. Sal Khan is the developer of Khan Academy. Let me just tell you briefly about Sal Khan. Sal Khan scored a perfect score on the SAT years ago. Sal Khan then was drafted by his extended family to help prepare his cousins, nieces, and nephews for the SAT. And Sal was watching and listening to all of their trials and tribulations, and also began to understand that people were paying large sums of monies for their children to prepare for this high stakes SAT test. And so Sal developed this entire platform so that so that every student would have an equal opportunity to prepare in in a world class fashion for this exam. And I commend him. And I was so proud in Klein ISD that we were able to pilot the first Khan Academy at Klein Forest High School, and to give them feedback about that. And this is an opportunity for our students. Within that site, there are full length practice tests. There are video lessons that students can follow. A student might be challenged with a real world math problem, and Sal will begin to tell you about the problem, and you can stop that video, jot down some notes, start the video again, and finish and learn how to solve that problem. There are interactive problems and instant feedback. There are hints, there are explanations, there's rationale for the right answer and the wrong answer. And then also, we have a daily practice app, everyone. So you have it right on your phone. So not only do you have a customized practice through Khan Academy based on your score report, there is also a daily practice app. That daily app comes through on your phone. You can take a practice SAT, or you can utilize your personalized plan on Khan Academy, and get that daily practice app on your phone, and it sends you a question. You read through the question, you work through the problem, you answer it. It will either tell you, great, you did a great job, you have the answer right, or it will say, oops, try again. And then it will give you the justification and the rationale about what is right and what is wrong with your answer. All right. So not only do we have the daily practice app, but we also have the SAT practice through Khan Academy. Research has shown that with 20 hours of practice, the student score can increase from where they were to 115 points higher. That is research done by the College Board. Again, the website is satpractice.org. Notice we're giving you all this information in August. And when is the test? October 13th. So you could easily get in 20 hours of practice before that PSAT 9, PSAT 10, or that scholarship competition, PSAT NMSQT. And it is all free to all students, and they can sign up on Khan Academy. Well, what if I didn't take the test last year, Kathleen? What am I going to do? Well, on Khan Academy, there are practice tests. You take the practice test, they score it through the portal, through the digital portal, and then they develop a customized plan just for you. All right. So And by the way, if I didn't say it enough, that Khan Academy is completely free. SATpractice.org. Go to that site. It is amazing. So many times when I deliver this presentation to parents and parent groups and have the conversation with parents when they call and want to know what they can do to best prepare their students, I always get the question, outside of preparing for a multiple choice test, what else can we do, Kathleen? And this is what I recommend. As a former third grade teacher at Schultz Elementary and a former intermediate reading specialist and a former high school college readiness specialist, my recommendation is to continually read. Reading improves vocabulary and develops essential skills. Many of our students out there who are still with us in the Facebook Live in our presentation tonight, and their parents have heard this from probably every teacher they've had in school. It is the truth. We need to continuously read and read widely. I said that earlier. Not only read stories and novels and things that engage us, but things that are challenging us, informational text. I mentioned Scientific American as one. Discover is another one. The Smithsonian is another, full of historical and informational text at very high levels. And challenging yourself with reading. That is the number one tool in addition to Khan Academy preparing you for that exam, but reading is essential. Also take challenging courses. Challenge yourself. Our Klein Prep courses, which are aligned to AP, aligned to dual credit, aligned to International Baccalaureate, develop those critical thinking skills. They are also open enrollment. AP courses are open enrollment. So challenge yourself. You can enroll in a course. Maybe you want to challenge yourself with one at a time. Maybe you're very strong in language arts and also social studies, so maybe you want to take two courses, but challenge yourself with challenging courses. By the way, the College Board did a research study, and those that challenged themselves with advanced courses and maybe scored a one or a two still finished college within 4 years time, simply because they were presented with information at such a high level. They worked through that information, and they became very resilient, and could work up efficiency and endurance to work through college and finish right on time in 4 years. Okay, again, some resources here, the PSAT 8-9 guide, and don't forget, we're going to send this out through our social media channels, excuse me, and also our websites, the Advanced Academics website. We have the PSAT 8-9 guide, the PSAT NMSQT student guide. Here's the College Board .org PSAT practice. And that's the Khan Academy that you link to. You can take a full practice exam. They will create a personalized study plan for you. And if I didn't say it enough, it is completely free. All right. And then, of course, our National Merit Scholarship Corporation, nationalmerit.org, is full of additional information about that scholarship opportunity. Big future on the College Board, all kinds of great information there. Is if this is your first informational session about going to college, please visit Big Future. It wants to know. It will ask you a few questions. What you're interested in? Are you interested in college? Are you interested in career? And it will. There's videos on there. There's practice help. There's ideas for paying for college, a personalized plan for you, what you need to do every year as you prepare for college. Really great informational site there. And then, of course, there is a question on the PSAT NMSQT about the student search service. And students have a right to say yes or no. And when they say yes, they can uh, participate in the student search service, and this provides you information about what you're interested in. You can also get to it through Big Future, and then colleges and universities begin sending you material, and that was so helpful for me as a mom when my son was in his ninth, 10th, and 11th grade year, and he was making decisions about where he wanted to go, and and he was really set on the burnt orange University of Texas. And as it turns out, when we learned more about it, when we went to visit, he decided he didn't want to go there, and he ended up at Baylor University, which was amazing for him and a perfect fit. So again, Student Search Service works with what you're interested in, and will send you information about colleges and universities that you are interested in. All right, do we have some more questions, Justin? Okay, I can't hear you.
You know, it's this headset. It's just, I'm so sorry.
It's
Now
good.
you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Samuel would like to know, where do we register?
For the PSAT exam,
Yes.
there is
Yes.
no registration required. You just come to school. You'll hear about it at your high school starting in early September. We're going to get information. There are free student books, the student guides. Those will be sent out through the high school testing coordinators and the high school administrators there on campus, and or your counseling office will have that information readily available for you.
Awesome. All right. And Christine asks, or she says that her sons took or 11th grader took the SAT this summer and has been practicing. Are there any negatives to taking the SAT before March, now that he is preparing? I'm assuming that's March.
Oh, no, no, there is not. I would just be very careful about taking it prior to the 11th grade year. I know I've worked with so many different parents out there, and I know there has been some pieces of information that say you need to practice and practice as many times as you can for the SAT. Well, what happens with some of our learners is that they take the test so many times they begin to burn out from it, and their anxiety begins to well up. So I recommend that we follow the course of action that Klein ISD has fully supported, and taking the test in the ninth grade year, knowing where my skills are, and continuing to work through that Khan Academy practice to improve my skills. Taking it again in my 11th grade year without the full SAT, taking again in the 10th grade year, um, knowing how I've improved with some of my skills, still working with Khan Academy, then taking it in my 11th grade year again. So you're taking it once per year. You get to the 11th grade. You haven't taken the full SAT. This pathway, this suite is intentionally structured for the age level and for the grade level. Remember, I shared with you the complexity of the reading test earlier in the presentation. And then in the 11th grade year, Klein ISD also offers their first full SAT in March after they've taken the PSAT. That's a beautiful thing. They take the PSAT, they know where their skills are. They have from December through March to prepare for that first full SAT. After that March date, they can take the SAT as many times as they want, but we don't want our students to get burned out from that test and to feel that they're not improving. So once per year, 11th grade year, they take the PSAT and MSQT, then take that March test take the SAT that following March. Great
Awesome.
question.
All right. Stephanie's back with another question. She
All
wants to
right.
know, how do we see previous scores?
That should be available through the student's account on the College Board. That is where the student and family contact information. Stephanie, if you would email me at kplot@kleinisd.net, I will try to look at your ninth graders or help you attain your ninth grader's score.
Awesome. That's some second mile service there, Kathleen.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
And
That's what
once
it's
again,
all about in Klein ISD.
can you say your email address one more
Yes,
time?
sir. Sure. Kplot,
How you?
KPLOTT
Yeah.
at kleinisd.net. And we'll put it in the comments, right?
Yes, we will. I'll get
Okay,
people on that
great.
right now.
Great.
And then one more here. Does my ninth grader need to seek out the practice guides from their counselor?
They can certainly inquire about them, but all of the practice guides are linked in directly to this presentation. It will be posted on kleinisd.net, on the Advanced Academics page from kleinisd.net, probably by the end of the day tomorrow or at the very latest Monday morning, for you all to access that information. Again, this will be placed all over kleinisd.net. We will also send it out through our internal channels as well, to the high schools.
Awesome. And Yesenia just wants to say thank you to Khan Academy. So, and a lot of people were just saying thank you for sharing that it's free, right?
Absolutely, 1000% free. I mean, where else can you get a customized, personalized learning plan to prepare for a scholarship competition and to prepare for college entrance exams?
Awesome. And I did
Thanks.
want to put this up. I'm going to be putting this up on the bottom of our screen from now through the rest of the stream. Can you talk a little bit about what's at that link down there, Kathleen?
Oh, yes, amazing. This is a newsletter, a format with all of the resources that I talked about, that we created to share across Klein ISD. There's the Khan Academy information, the student guides are there, our finalists from class of 2021 are there. It could be one of our folks out there listening to us now that you might be featured next year in our fall PSAT Power Up for the PSAT. So everything that you need will also be there. You know what? I'll go ahead and link in tonight's presentation also into that,
Awesome.
so that you will have that availability as well.
Great. I'm going to leave that up and I'm going to leave you to it, Kathleen. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Justin. And so we are so excited that so many people had so many great questions. Don't let this be the last time you think about PSAT, PSAT 9, PSAT 10, the scholarship competition, college readiness, career readiness. All of our friends in College and Career Pathways are here to support you in whatever you need. I'd like to just give a wonderful shout out to our executive director, Ms. Beth Gilliland, who leads us all in terms of college and career readiness. And so, thank you all for joining us this evening. It has been a great exchange of information. Do not hesitate to reach out should you need any additional information. And thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Kathleen. All right. Everybody else, we'll be ending this stream right now. So if you have any other questions, you can drop them in the comments down below. And you can also come back to the stream later on. Kathleen, I know, and Beth will all be in the comments answering questions over the next couple of days. So you have Kathleen's email, you have our website. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you for our next stream. Okay. Have a good night.